Welcome to the Deep Dive, your ultimate shortcut to truly being well-informed. Today, we're taking a fascinating plunge into the worlds of executive communication.
That's right.
We're going to unlock the powerful leadership phrases that, top executives use every single day. We've looked at a stack of incredible sources, all focused on leadership language and, strategic influence. Our mission today is pretty clear: to equip you with the verbal tools that don't just pass along information, but actually project competence, inspire action, and frankly, earn respect.
Yeah, it's more than just words.
Exactly. It's not about memorizing a list. It's about getting the mindset and the strategic thinking behind them. Okay, let's unpack this. Because what our sources consistently show is that CEOs don't just speak English. They communicate confidence, clarity, and, the power to move mountains. Using these phrases can instantly make you seem more capable.
And what's truly fascinating here is how these aren't just like corporate buzzwords you hear floating around. Each phrase is really a finely tuned instrument. It reflects strategic thinking, a real commitment to impactful communication, and often a pretty nuanced understanding of workplace psychology. They're the why behind the what of executive presence, kind of revealing a leader's intent in every chat.
Absolutely. And throughout this deep dive, we're not just going to define these phrases. We're going to dissect their meaning, show you how to use them with real-world precision, and explore the specific leadership ripple effects they create. Get ready to truly elevate your executive voice. Okay, let's start with a pair of phrases that are, masters of meeting management. Super useful for time efficiency. First up, the classic. Let's circle back on this, or sometimes just circle back.
Yeah, this is so much more than just a polite way to, postpone something. It's actually a strategic move. It manages the meeting's energy and focus.
Okay.
An executive uses it to acknowledge a point, maybe a good one, without letting it totally derail the agenda and make sure the critical stuff gets covered.
So it's not about shutting someone down then. It's more about redirecting the flow. How would you actually hear a CEO use this?
Precisely. You might hear something like, "Great point, Sarah. That really deserves a deeper look. But just to stay on track with this agenda, let's circle back on it after the client meeting." Or maybe if they're waiting on data, "I'll need those Q3 numbers to make a call. Let's circle back next week." The impact, it's pretty big. It defers things gracefully, keeps focus, and signals that good ideas aren't lost, just timed better.
Okay, that makes sense. And building on that, for keeping discussions really streamlined, we also have, "Let's take this offline."
Ah, yes. This one's crucial, really, for meeting hygiene. It's a direct but still diplomatic signal that a specific topic is maybe too detailed or only relevant to a few people or perhaps too sensitive for the whole group.
Right.
It basically means we'll discuss this privately. It's not for everyone here, or it'll just eat up valuable group time.
I can definitely see how that stops a meeting from going off the rails.
Yeah.
But could it sometimes feel a bit dismissive? How do leaders make sure it lands okay?
That's a really good question. The key is totally in the delivery and, crucially, the follow-through.
Okay.
A leader might say, "Good question, John, and that's important for that project. Let's take this offline right after this meeting, and I'll loop in Maria to make sure we cover all the angles." See? It shows you're not dodging it, just moving it to the right place. Keeps meetings sharp, efficient, and respects everyone's time.
Right, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk about phrases that build strong teams, foster that essential trust, and genuinely empower people. Starting with something seemingly simple. I'd like your input on this.
Oh, this one's huge. It's like a cornerstone of inclusive leadership. It immediately tells someone you value their perspective, their expertise. It's not just, asking for an opinion. It's inviting them to share ownership, tapping into the team's collective brain for better decisions.
And the impact of that must go way beyond just getting another viewpoint, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Just think about hearing, "John, I'd really like your input on this new project plan, especially with your experience on the last rollout." That's not just being nice.
Right.
It actively builds psychological safety. It encourages people to speak up, share openly. It shows respect, boosts morale, and honestly, often uncovers insights you might have missed. Leads to stronger solutions.
And speaking of trust, what happens when things maybe don't go quite as planned? That's when a real leader steps up and says, "I take full responsibility."
Yeah, this demonstrates true accountability. It's totally foundational for trust. It means owning mistakes or decisions, no ifs, ands, or buts. But it's actually more than just admitting fault. It's strategic. It can disarm critics, for one. It also creates safety for the team so they feel okay admitting their mistakes without fear. And often it just frees up energy to focus on fixing things, not pointing fingers.
So it's not just about taking the blame, but actually setting the stage for a culture where people can learn.
Exactly that. When a CEO says, look, the project was delayed and I take full responsibility for that, they're showing maturity, real leadership under pressure.
Yeah.
This builds immense trust and respect. You're leading by example, showing honesty, showing commitment to fixing it, not hiding it. It really empowers the team to learn from setbacks instead of just, sweeping them under the rug.
And on the flip side of that, recognizing when things go right is just as crucial. I appreciate your effort.
Simple, right, but incredibly powerful. It's about genuinely acknowledging someone's hard work. That's vital if you want a thriving, motivated team. It validates their contribution, shows them their dedication is seen and valued.
That kind of recognition can really boost morale, can it? Give us an example.
Definitely. Like, Sarah, I truly appreciate your effort on that presentation, especially staying late. Great job pushing through. The impact here is significant. It's not just morale. It fosters loyalty, helps prevent burnout, and encourages people to keep performing at a high level. People go the extra mile when they know it's noticed.
Okay, and to make sure everyone's truly, marching to the same beat, leaders often say, let's align on this.
This phrase is all about getting consensus and clarity, but it has a bit of an authoritative edge, too.
How so?
It means making absolutely sure everyone agrees and understands the exact same thing. No faulty assumptions allowed. It feels collaborative, but the outcome is firm. We all need to be on the same page before we move.
Sounds like it could prevent a lot of wasted time and mix-ups.
It absolutely does. You might hear, okay, before we move to the next phase, let's align on the project deadline and the key deliverables.
Right.
Or, great ideas, team. Before we launch the campaign, let's just quickly align on the budget and timeline priorities, make sure we're all pointed the same way. The impact, it drastically cuts down on misunderstandings, costly mistakes, ensures everyone's working together efficiently.
And rounding out this section on teamwork for fostering real autonomy and innovation, there's empower the team.
Yes, this signals trust. A commitment to leading, not micromanaging everything. It's about giving teams the authority, the resources they need to make decisions, take ownership. That's how you create an environment where innovation can actually happen.
So what does that look like practically for a leader using this phrase?
It means shifting from always directing to being more supportive. For instance, going forward, I'm going to empower the team to make client-facing decisions without needing my sign-off every single time.
Yeah.
Or maybe to really drive innovation, we have to empower our teams, trust them with more autonomy. This practice builds that sense of ownership, speeds up decisions, and often you get more creative, agile solutions coming from the ground up.
Okay, let's shift focus again. Now to phrases that really drive the vision, help prioritize effectively, and turn strategy into, actual outcomes. A really visionary one is, here's what success looks like.
This isn't just stating a goal, it's a powerful visualization tool. It paints a clear, vivid picture of the goal, helps everyone mentally see the finish line. This aligns everyone's efforts, cuts down on ambiguity, and really fuels motivation because people have a tangible target they're working towards.
So it's about more than just a number on a spreadsheet. It's like a shared aspiration.
Exactly that. For instance, a leader might say, okay, team, here's what success looks like for this quarter. We launched the new product in 30 days, 0 critical bugs, and we exceed our beta user engagement goal by 15%. See? That phrase doesn't just set a goal, it galvanizes the team, gives them a clear, compelling target.
Makes sense. Now, when you're facing just a mountain of tasks, which happens all the time, leaders often step in and say, we need to prioritize.
Yeah, this signals an immediate focus on what truly matters, especially when things get complex. It's about strategically deciding which tasks or goals are most important and need attention right now, especially if resources or time are tight. It's a call for clarity, sorting the urgent from the truly important.
Can you give us an example where this would be absolutely critical?
Oh, certainly. Picture this. Okay, folks, we have 10 critical tasks on the board, but given our current bandwidth, we need to prioritize the top 3, the 3 that will deliver the biggest impact on our Q4 goals. This phrase clearly shows strategic thinking. It makes sure efforts go to the highest value activities, stop teams getting bogged down and, less critical stuff.
And then, after all the discussion, all the planning, to actually connect talk to action, leaders ask that key question. What's our action plan?
Yes. This phrase is the essential bridge. Strategy to execution. It means shifting gears from just talking about ideas to figuring out concrete steps, deciding what happens next, who owns it, and by when. It turns good ideas into real progress.
It's the leader's way of ensuring things actually get done, making sure there's accountability, right?
Precisely. As our sources really emphasize, you might hear, great discussion on that market opportunity. Fantastic ideas. Now, what's our action plan for the next 48 hours to capitalize on this? The impact here is crucial. It turns those abstract chats into real, actionable tasks with owners and deadlines. That's what effective leaders do consistently to drive results.
Okay, now let's explore how leaders can foster creativity, embrace agility when things change, and really demand significant impact. Starting with, let's explore our options.
This highlights an open-minded analytical approach. It's especially important before making a big decision. It means let's consider different possibilities, evaluate various paths, make sure we've looked at all the angles before we commit to just one way. It stops rash decisions, encourages being thorough.
So it's really about due diligence, not just jumping into the first idea that sounds good.
Exactly. You might hear, before we commit to a single vendor for this huge integration project, let's thoroughly explore all our options. Let's assess both the cost and the long-term viability. It shows you're analytical, careful, committed to the best decision, not just the fastest one.
And when innovation seems to have stalled, leaders often need to push a bit harder, maybe demanding, think outside the box.
Yeah, this is a direct challenge, a call for innovation, for creative problem solving. It means moving beyond the usual ways of thinking, generating fresh, original solutions, especially when you're stuck or facing a tough problem, requires challenging assumptions.
So it's not just about brainstorming random ideas, but really trying to break new ground.
Precisely. Like, look, our sales are flatlining. The traditional methods just aren't working anymore. I need everyone to think outside the box for completely new ways to penetrate the market. Or, to hit these tough cost reduction targets without sacrificing quality, we really need to think outside the box. This phrase empowers teams, tells them it's okay to challenge the norms. It encourages that truly innovative thinking that can unlock new opportunities.
And for focusing relentlessly on results, making sure effort translates to outcome, there's the phrase, move the needle.
Right. CEOs, as we said, they obsess over impact. This phrase perfectly captures that obsession. It means focusing only on actions that create real, significant, measurable change. It helps distinguish between just being busy and doing work that truly makes a difference. It's all about strategic leverage.
So it's about pinpointing those critical few actions that will deliver the most significant results.
That's exactly it. You'll hear things like, implementing this new software isn't just busy work. It's about streamlining our process in a way that will genuinely move the needle on productivity by, say, 20%. Or asking, okay, of these proposed strategies, which ones will actually move the needle for our market share growth? It emphasizes that sharp focus on tangible results, a strong results orientation, making sure effort leads to impact.
Now, in negotiations, or when trying to find solutions where everyone benefits, leaders often aim for a win-win situation.
Yes, great leaders instinctively look for mutual benefits. This phrase sums up that philosophy. It's used in negotiations, finding compromises, building partnerships. The goal is to ensure everyone involved comes out ahead. It fosters long-term, sustainable relationships, not zero-sum games where someone has to lose.
That sounds like it builds much stronger, more resilient relationships over time.
Absolutely. For example, if we partner with their logistics division, it's a clear win-win situation. We gain their optimized delivery networks, they get a substantial new client.
Makes sense.
Or implementing flexible work hours could really be a win-win. Happier staff means better retention and often higher productivity too. It promotes those collaborative, mutually beneficial outcomes, leads to stronger partnerships.
And finally, what some call a CEO's secret weapon for adapting quickly, especially when things change fast, pivot.
Pivot. This isn't just a minor tweak. It's a serious strategic recalibration. It means shifting strategy, often quite dramatically and quickly, in response to new data, market shifts, or unexpected problems.
Right.
It often requires a leader to challenge maybe deeply held beliefs, reallocate significant resources, and communicate a whole new direction with real conviction, even when things feel uncertain.
That sounds like a pretty high-stakes move. What does that actually look like in practice?
Well, imagine a market shifts suddenly. A leader might have to say, sales dropped 30% last quarter due to changing consumer habits. We must pivot. We need to shift our entire marketing budget and strategy to focus intensely on digital engagement and direct to consumer. Or maybe the early feedback from our pilot is clear. It's not working as planned. We need to pivot immediately from plan A to plan B, which prioritizes user experience above everything else. This shows incredible adaptability, strategic agility. It allows the organization to navigate, even thrive, when the ground is shifting beneath them.
Okay, for our final set of phrases, let's look at how leaders show they're in control, demand excellence, and insist on thoroughness, starting with on my radar.
This phrase signals proactive management. It's really reassuring for stakeholders. It means you're not just aware of an issue or a concern, but you're actively tracking it, dealing with it. It prevents surprises and builds confidence that challenges are being handled.
So it's kind of about transparency and showing you're on top of things, but without necessarily oversharing all the details.
Precisely that. You might hear, yes, the supply chain delays are definitely on my radar. I'm meeting with the logistics team this week to implement the new contingency plan. Or, your concerns about the learning curve for the new software, very much on my radar. We're already developing additional training modules. It reassures people, shows you're overseeing things proactively, maintains credibility.
And to inspire higher standards.
Right.
Or if the whole team to do better, leaders use raise the bar.
Yes, CEOs consistently demand excellence. This phrase is their rallying cry for it. It's about pushing for continuous improvement, setting and achieving higher quality standards, refusing to settle for just good enough.
Right.
It's really a cultural driver for performance.
That definitely sets a strong expectation for the team, doesn't it?
It truly does. For instance, our competitors just launched an app with some groundbreaking features. It's time for us to raise the bar on user experience across our entire product line.
Yep.
Or let's raise the bar here. I want this project not just to meet industry standards, but to set new ones for innovation and efficiency. It motivates teams, pushes for that constant improvement, like relentless pursuit of high quality.
And finally, when the details really matter, when you need to get past the surface, leaders will say, drill down.
Exactly. This indicates thoroughness, analytical rigor. It's typical of a data-driven approach. It means analyzing the details, probing deeper into the specifics, not being satisfied with just the overview. It's about getting to the root cause, really understanding the full complexity of something.
So it's about getting past the big picture to the critical data points that actually explain what's happening.
Absolutely. For instance, this quarterly report, it's still a bit vague on regional performance. I need you to drill down into the customer feedback specifics for each territory so we understand why there's a decline.
Right.
Or before we commit to this multi-million-dollar investment, we need to drill down into all the underlying financial assumptions and really stress test them. This phrase shows a commitment to evidence, to making decisions based on facts, and really understanding complex issues deeply.
Wow, what an incredibly insightful deep dive into the language of leadership. We've just covered a really comprehensive set of phrases, haven't we? From managing meetings with let's circle back all the way to embracing agility with pivot. This deep dive has genuinely provided concrete tools you can use to refine your communication style and really elevate how you're perceived. And remember, as our sources highlighted so well, language really does shape perception. Confidence is a language. And after exploring all this, you are now much more equipped to speak it fluently, intentionally.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it's so clear that just knowing this stuff isn't enough. Knowledge is most valuable when you understand it and apply it.
Sure.
Critically thinking about why these phrases work, the strategy, the psychology behind them, that can lead to continuous, really profound improvement in your overall communication and your leadership impact.
Yeah.
So as you move forward from this deep dive, maybe consider this. Which two phrases really resonated most with you? Perhaps pick one for managing interactions, maybe one for driving action. How will you intentionally weave them into your emails, maybe your next team meeting, or even just a casual work conversation this week to consciously raise the bar on your own communication? And maybe anticipate what positive impact do you think it will have on your interactions?
That's a fantastic, really actionable challenge. Embrace the spirit of these phrases. And remember, starting small, maybe with just one or two, can truly move the needle significantly in how you influence and lead. Feel confident in this new knowledge and how it empowers your voice.
Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Subscribe for more English learning videos. See you in the next lesson.